What if the celebrities you thought you knew were living completely different lives behind the spotlight, hiding a truth that could change everything you believed about fame and identity? What if some of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood made life-altering choices that few people truly understand? For decades, many of these stars struggled in silence, balancing public expectations with private realities. Their stories were misunderstood, ignored, or reduced to headlines, until now. In this video, you'll discover what really happened, why these transformations mattered, and how courage reshaped their lives forever. Today, we're revealing the untold journeys, shocking before and after moments, and the powerful stories that most fans never saw coming. Alexis Arquette was a remarkable member of the famous Arquette acting family, whose life and legacy continue to resonate years after her passing. She died in 2016 at the age of 47 due to complications related to HIV/AIDS, an illness she had bravely lived with for nearly 3 decades. Born into a Hollywood dynasty that included siblings Rosanna, Patricia, David, and Richmond Arquette, Alexis chose a path that was both unconventional and deeply courageous. Assigned male at birth, Alexis openly embraced her identity as a transgender woman at a time when such visibility often came with serious personal risks. Rather than hiding her journey, she chose honesty and vulnerability, allowing the public to witness her transformation and growth. Her transition was documented in the 2007 film Alexis Arquette, She's My Brother, which premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival. The documentary offered a heartfelt look at family bonds, acceptance, and the emotional realities of living authentically. Beyond acting, Alexis was a talented cabaret performer, underground cartoonist, and fearless presence in alternative art communities. She was also a passionate advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, using her voice to challenge stigma surrounding HIV and gender identity. Her support for fellow transgender figures, including Chaz Bono, reflected her commitment to uplifting others. Though her life was tragically brief, Alexis Arquette left behind a powerful legacy of courage, creativity, and truth. Her story remains a lasting reminder of the importance of compassion, resilience, and living with integrity in every era. Amia Scott is a respected transgender actress, model, and advocate whose journey reflects both courage and quiet determination. Born Arthur Scott, she began her gender transition at the age of 17, showing remarkable self-awareness at a time when transgender representation in mainstream media was still rare and often misunderstood. She first gained widespread public attention in 2015 when it was revealed that she had filmed scenes for The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Had she remained on the show, she would have become the franchise's first openly transgender cast member. For many viewers, especially older audiences accustomed to traditional television formats, this moment suggested that meaningful cultural change might finally be taking place. However, Amia ultimately chose to step away from the opportunity. In later interviews, she explained that she became uncomfortable with how her story was being portrayed. Rather than being seen simply as a woman and a professional, she felt her identity was being treated as a form of entertainment. Preserving her dignity and personal truth became more important than gaining publicity. Although producers later claimed she was dismissed for lacking dramatic appeal, time proved that judgment to be unfair. Her career continued to grow, eventually attracting the attention of acclaimed producer Lee Daniels. He invited her to audition for a planned Empire prequel centered on a young Cookie Lion. While the project was never produced, the invitation itself reflected respect for her talent and influence. Today, Amia Scott stands as a symbol of resilience, integrity, and self-respect. Her story reminds us that true progress is not only about being seen, but about having the right to tell one's own story with dignity and grace. Andrea Pejic is an internationally recognized fashion model whose life and career have helped reshape modern ideas about beauty and identity. Born in Bosnia and Herzegovina and raised in Australia, she was discovered at the age of 17 while working at a McDonald's restaurant, an origin story that has since become legendary in the fashion world. From the beginning, Andrea attracted attention for her strikingly androgynous appearance. At a time when the industry rarely embraced gender ambiguity, she moved effortlessly between men's and women's fashion. Designers and photographers saw in her something rare, a presence that felt both timeless and quietly revolutionary. Her rise reached a cultural milestone in 2011. She was ranked among the world's top male models while also appearing on FHM's list of the 100 sexiest women. This unusual combination sparked widespread discussion and introduced many mainstream and older audiences to evolving ideas about gender and beauty. Behind the spotlight, Andrea faced deep personal struggles. During puberty, she often felt uncomfortable with her changing body and uncertain about her identity. She later spoke openly about wishing she could pause those difficult years. Over time, through reflection and self-acceptance, she learned to embrace the qualities she once feared. In 2014, Andrea publicly came out as a transgender woman, marking a defining moment in her personal life and professional career. Her journey was later documented in the film Andrea, the documentary, which explored fame, transition, and emotional resilience. Today, Andrea Pejic stands as a symbol of courage and transformation. Her story shows that living truthfully can redefine not only one's own life, but an entire industry. Caitlyn Jenner, formerly known as Bruce Jenner, first became a household name in the United States as an exceptional athlete. In 1976, she won the gold medal in the decathlon at the Montreal Olympic Games, a remarkable achievement that came to symbolize discipline, determination, and traditional ideals of athletic excellence. For many Americans, she represented the very image of strength and perseverance. In later years, Caitlyn became familiar to a new generation through the reality television series Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She appeared as the husband of Kris Jenner and stepfather to the Kardashian children, while also being the biological parent of Kendall and Kylie Jenner, as well as Brody Jenner from an earlier marriage. Through the show, viewers gained a glimpse into her family life and personal struggles. In 2015, Caitlyn made a life-changing decision to live openly as her authentic self. She publicly came out as a transgender woman, choosing honesty over comfort and privacy. The announcement surprised many, including members of her own family, but it marked a profound moment of self-acceptance. That same year, she appeared on the cover of Vanity Fair, bringing unprecedented visibility to transgender issues in mainstream American media, especially among older audiences. Her documentary series I Am Kate followed, offering insight into her life after transition and her efforts to better understand the transgender community. In recognition of her courage, she received the Arthur Ashe Courage Award at the 2015 ESPY Awards. She later became the first openly transgender woman to appear on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Through openness, resilience, and an extraordinary public platform, Caitlyn Jenner helped spark national conversations about identity, courage, and the lifelong pursuit of authenticity. Candace Cain made television history as the first openly transgender woman to hold a recurring role on American primetime television. She gained national recognition for her portrayal of Carmelita Rayner on ABC's Dirty Sexy Money, where her character was romantically involved with Patrick Darling, played by William Baldwin. For many older viewers, this marked a rare and meaningful moment, as a transgender woman was presented not as a novelty, but as a fully developed character within a mainstream drama. Born Brian McDaniel, Candace is a fraternal twin and began her gender transition in 1996, long before transgender representation became more visible in popular media. Before her television breakthrough, she was an active part of New York City's vibrant nightlife scene in the 1990s, working as a choreographer and drag performer. These early experiences helped shape her artistic confidence and prepared her for the demands of public life. After Dirty Sexy Money, Candace continued to build a respected career. She appeared in the 6th season of Nip Tuck as Alexis Stone, a transgender woman navigating love and identity. She also served as a guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race and appeared on Caitlyn Jenner's documentary series, I Am Kate, further strengthening her presence in both entertainment and cultural discussions. Despite her influence, Candace has consistently resisted being defined solely as a representative of her community. She has spoken openly about the pressure placed on visible transgender figures to speak for others. Above all, she has expressed a desire to be seen simply as a joyful, creative, and authentic individual, living life on her own terms. Carmen Carrera first gained public attention as a contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race, where her striking beauty and confident presence quickly set her apart. However, it was after leaving the show that she made one of the most important decisions of her life. Carmen came out publicly as a transgender woman and chose to share her transition openly, at a time when such stories were still rarely seen outside LGBTQ+ communities. Her honesty helped many viewers better understand identity, relationships, and self-acceptance. During this period, Carmen was married to her husband, whom she had met before her transition. Their relationship became part of the VH1 reality series Couples Therapy, which offered audiences a rare and thoughtful look at a marriage navigating love, change, and public attention. Carmen later explained that the program allowed her to reach viewers beyond LGBTQ+ circles, including audiences in hip-hop and urban communities who might not otherwise have engaged with a transgender woman's story. Carmen's ambitions extended well beyond reality television. She continued to pursue acting and appeared in the 2015 film Ricky and the Flash alongside Meryl Streep, marking an important step toward mainstream cinema. In the fashion world, she also made headlines by launching a public campaign urging Victoria's Secret to feature its first transgender model, helping to expand conversations about beauty and inclusion. At the heart of Carmen Carrera's journey is a commitment to authenticity. She has consistently expressed a desire to portray women who feel real, complex, and emotionally grounded. More than titles or milestones, Carmen seeks recognition as what she has always known herself to be: a resilient, talented woman whose stories deserve to be told. Caroline Cossey holds a unique and lasting place in modern cultural history. At a time when transgender lives were largely hidden from public view, she quietly broke barriers in both fashion and film. Born intersex and assigned male at birth, Caroline began her gender transition at the age of 17. She started hormone therapy and later underwent gender confirmation surgery, taking determined steps to live in harmony with her true identity. In her early years, Caroline worked as a showgirl in Paris, carefully saving her earnings to finance her medical transition. This period of her life reflected remarkable discipline and personal courage. For much of her early career, she protected her privacy, understanding the risks of public exposure in a less accepting era. Despite these challenges, she built a successful modeling career and appeared briefly in the 1981 James Bond film For Your Eyes Only. This role later earned her recognition as the first transgender woman to appear in a Bond movie. In 1991, Caroline once again made history by becoming the first openly transgender model to pose for Playboy. The appearance sparked international discussion about gender, beauty, and representation. Rather than allowing others to define her story, she later chose to share her life in her memoir, My Story, reclaiming her voice on her own terms. Among her most touching memories is a simple moment: having her ears pierced. In 1971, this was uncommon and deeply meaningful to her. More than glamour or fame, it symbolized self-recognition and quiet affirmation. Caroline Cossey's legacy endures not only through historic milestones, but through her reminder that authenticity is often built through small, deeply human acts of courage. As we come to the end of these remarkable stories, one truth becomes clear. Behind every transformation is a journey of courage, sacrifice, and self-discovery. These celebrities did not simply change their appearance. They chose honesty over fear and authenticity over comfort. Their lives remind us that true strength is found in embracing who we are, even when the world is watching. If these stories moved you, inspired you, or challenged your perspective, remember that every person deserves respect and understanding. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories like these. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. See you in the next one.